Okay.
It only records 10 minutes at a time. So that's why I'm like, ugh. So when I went to go pick up Sage, I was, I looked really nice. So James commented on that, which was very nice of him. And when we went into his great grandmother's house, his aunt, who was responsible for getting a social worker to try and take Sage away from me, was in that house, and there was a few other people. I came late that day, like 20, almost half an hour, because of different reasons. But I figured it was okay because James missed. That's my former. James is his name. He had missed the visitation because he was sick. So I figured, just give him extra time. He came early that day, so I figured, he got like an extra hour for the whole visit. But why I bring this whole thing up is because she was someone who I felt like I would fear, or I wouldn't know how I'd feel around her if I saw her. But I saw her, wasn't even fazed by her. I was like, oh, she's here. And then, just said hi to everyone, even, kind of like, yeah, whatever to her. I think I said hi. I wasn't like shining her off or anything. But I wasn't afraid. Just there, I looked nice. I had Sage and just was like, okay. And then, and that was pretty much it. And went about my business, or, took Sage to my dad's and then back home. And what I took from that whole experience was that it was different principles. It was forgiveness, courage. Those are the main two. I wouldn't say compassion, even though I'd want to, but it was just like not even being fazed. And because I wasn't fazed by seeing her, I have obviously gotten over it and forgiven her. And I guess that's understanding too, but I've already felt like I've mastered that one. And courage, because she was someone who I really feared, because I thought I was going to lose my child to that woman. Not really that I was ever going to lose Sage, but it made me very worrisome and fearful that people were attacking me, and she was one of them. So I really saw how much and how powerful Exhibit B with the commands for protection and clearing your space was, and I just love it. And today I saged myself and Sage and burned the incense of frankincense and myrrh. And I did the daily vows that are in the course, daily vows to be spoken out loud for initiation into oneness. Daily vows. So I did that, and then I did Exhibit B. And before too, I put lavender oil on my wrists and on my temples and on Sage's wrists and his temples. So it felt really good, and then I just did my, after that after I said the commands, just felt that the whole energy, like, feels so good. Like, I can't even explain to you. I just feel like loved, protected, like I really am shielded. You have to get on this, because I've been needing this, especially if you have like social anxiety or anything, or depression, but especially social anxiety. This is the thing you want to do. So yeah, and I just did my makeup, and then just had a really good day, productive day. I helped my mom out by driving her around here and there. Picked my dad up from the train station, or the 7-Eleven across the train station. Fed my mom. Well, I bought her lunch. She went and got it. She just walked up the street. We always have like a teamwork type thing, me and my mom, and my dad too. But and I just kind of relaxed with my dad and Sage. My mom was gone for the most of the day. And then at the end of the day, she wanted to clean because I guess like the maintenance guy is going to come into our apartment to fix up certain things for the huge inspection the government building is doing. So we cleaned, we rearranged the living room, we took out one shelf, moved it to her room, and then rearranged the living room to kind of clean it up and make it like more like not all cluttered, which was like a task to do. Helped her with her shelf to like, you know, rearrange it in there, and then she started cleaning her room, and then she was telling me, you need to clean your I'm just like, well, I'm like, I understand that, but I'm like, it's, you just like get all angry and like demanding of me to do this when the whole day like I've been like helping you out with certain things, so you can't just get upset that I haven't done anything when I've been helping you out. Like I said, maybe today I spent like an hour or two watching my show because I really don't get to watch it, which is Parks and Recreation, and I was like, but you know, and then I started cleaning my room, finished cleaning it. I put the clothes away that needed to be hanged. I did do something while I was watching my show. I was folding Sage's clothes, so I put those away that I hung up my clothes, or I put them on the hangers and was going to do that last. And while I was taking extra hangers, I was going through my closet and taking clothes out that I didn't want, and even some shoes that I didn't want, and then I put the clothes that I needed to hang away and just tidied up a bit. So I have my room finally clean, and I burned frankincense and myrrh. And it just feels really good. And like Dr. Grant says, you know, it's a dirty house or a dirty car or whichever workspace, it's a reflection of a cluttered mind, you know, and kind of just how your life is. And so I'm on board with just, you know, doing everything and anything. But it's challenging, you know. I know everyone's got their own lives, but things that they have to go through, but it's so exhausting. Like I'm making this video at 1 a.m, and that's why I didn't make the video or write in it, write or log anything down, because everything's going on, and I didn't, you know, I was too tired to write the other days or video vlog. But here I am, not complaining now, but it's just trying to express like the frustrations that I get, and I'm really trying my best to just do what I can. And the other thing, you know, so enough of that, jumping into a new type of topic, by saying the commands in Exhibit B and the daily vows and the cleansing, different things I noticed, I realized that when I first read all this stuff, I was overwhelmed and felt like, oh my God, Dr. Grant's giving me a lot of stuff to do. I'm overwhelmed. I've got to change my whole life, like cleanse myself, all this other stuff, and get all this other thing. I got to do daily commands, like I got to wake up and do all this other, and then I want to feel better about myself, so I got to do all this hair stuff and this, and I got to clean the room, and I got to do that. Like I just went off and all this other stuff. Like my ego went mad. But then I'm like, I just got to start doing something and just do whatever I can, and I did, and now I realize I'm like, oh, it's not as bad as what I was thinking. And it just made me laugh at like how like I was seeing the mountain when it's not a fucking mountain. Maybe it's like a little hill, you know, like I mean not a small hill, but it's manageable, it's doable. I was just like oh type. So I'm glad it's not that way, and it seems very doable. It seems very possible. It's all about effort and what you put into it, and it just made me laugh how I was just over exaggerating and setting limitations for myself. And then the other thing is, by saying the commands and starting this whole thing, food does not taste the same. I eat very unhealthy. I love fried food, and I was hungry always hungry, but not always hungry, but you know what I mean? You always experience hunger for every day. And when I wanted to eat the foods that I normally eat, I'm like, yeah, okay. And I was like French fries or something, like, I wanted like more lively foods, like Dr. Grant's salad, or to make my own salad, or to make smoothies, you know, with fruits and chia seeds and hemp seeds.